Hello and welcome. I am Aaron with Direct Siding, and today we're going to have a little longer tour of many homes today. So this video is intended for those of you who really want to get to know the James Hardie Color Plus product line a little bit better and see more in-depth examples of how these homes turn out. And we really love the James Hardie Color Plus product line, as well as what we'll talk about throughout this video called the Woodtones Rustic series, as you see on the posts there. Well, we love these pre-painted products because the boldness of the color in the actual substrate really is just so much more vivid, and it lasts so much longer than anything that you're ever going to achieve with a primed siding installed on the house and then painted in the field. And it used to be that primed and painted siding was just the norm. But we are in a day and age that technology has completely made it so that this pre-painted siding product is far superior than any primed and painted product in the field, and that is because it's sealed in the factory. And so when you paint something twice in ideal, just perfect conditions, and then you bake it on and create a seal, similar to what you do in like a ceramic shop when you go and you paint something with your kids and you put it through the kiln. It comes out completely sealed in that process, and it's just part of the problem is with primed and painted sidings in the field is that the painters really use just often, especially on new build homes, just really poor quality paint. And when it comes to also fiber cement, if it's a primed fiber cement and then it's painted in the field, fiber cement ultimately is a concrete style substance, so it's very thirsty. And so to get one coat of cheap paint in the field, it often it doesn't look great, I believe, immediately, and in short time, in 1, 2, 3 years, it can often look faded even on a brand new build, whether it's a home, a residential home that you just purchased in a new build neighborhood, or I often see on like new build hotels that are 3, 4 years old that the paint just looks really faded already, and it's because people are installing primed siding and using a cheap paint in the field. And many of these painters, especially throughout Idaho, the Treasure Valley, certainly use one coat of just super paint often, or a cheaper substance possibly, and it just doesn't look good. People are painting new build homes even in the winter right now, and unless you're going to paint siding under ideal conditions, it's not really doing the siding any favors, because you really want to seal it. Even if you have a prime siding in the field, 2 coats of paint on a new built or a newly installed prime siding would be a no-brainer to me. So I just believe we're in a day and age that prime siding no longer makes sense if you're a homeowner who cares about quality and you're planning on staying around the home for 5 years or so. So anyway, let's take a short drive over to our next property here. Beautiful property, and just a nice country home here, and it needed an update. It had the triple lap siding that is just so common throughout the 90s, so it wasn't in bad condition, as often are many of the homes that we work on. They just really benefit from a stunning update with the James Hardie Color Plus product. So this is in a light mist, and I just love this color, especially when it's a nice bright sunny day. I like white too. I often have chosen Arctic white on the properties that I've done, and I really do like light mist as an alternative to that, because it adds just a nice hue of blue, and it just really looks nice and soft on the eyes for sure, and just not too bright, not too white. If you've got a lot of sun exposure and light hitting the house, if you're in a really exposed area like this. So yeah, the light mist is a fantastic color. And one thing we'll start, this is really just a theme with James Hardie, and one of the reasons I love it for homeowners is that being a fiber cement product. It's non-combustible. So like other brands, fiber cement brands, Allura, whatnot, um, they are non-combustible. I don't know a lot about Allura because I stick to James Hardie because it has the best brand name and best warranty by far in the industry. I just believe in serving our customers with the best quality products out there. And that's why we primarily just install James Hardie Color Plus products, because like I've just started the whole video, they've been sealed in the factory, and that is the reason why James Hardie Color Plus has just been killing it and really gaining a reputation throughout the siding world, and just eating up market share really over the past decade. So just a beautiful home, and yeah, just really benefited from this James Hardie Color Plus siding, because now these homeowners who, I think they were original homeowners here, they don't even want to move. So 15 years of not having to worry about paint, 15 years of feeling just more secure because of fire risk and whatnot. If a fire was to come through this area, their home has the best chance it possibly can now with fiber cement siding on it. So let's get into the next one here, which is a vinyl home. And gosh, man, vinyl, it may not look that bad from the curb, but as you get closer here, you'll see why I just can't stand vinyl, and why a lot of homeowners just hate it as well. It oxidizes in the sun over time, catches just a ton of dirt, as you can see. So those are the initial problems. It also, because it's like wrapping paper and it's plastic over the top of your substrate, it really covers up problems. So I can't tell you how many times that we've uncovered just disgusting amounts of water damage on a structure that we don't even know anything's wrong until you pull off the vinyl. So, but here obviously just another reason why vinyl sucks. It just has mildew and mold growing on it, so it's just an awful, awful substance, and I love helping eliminate it from the earth. So if you want to eliminate it, just give me a call. I'd love to help you do that. But this is what your James Hardie job pack's going to look like when you get it delivered by one of our expert suppliers, and we use every single detail required by the best practices for James Hardie. So we're an elite preferred contractor, have been for a number of years now. Started in Colorado and then re-earned the status here in Idaho before they started honoring it so that you could kind of move to new markets and still have that status. I believe that happened in the last couple of years. So the only reason I say that is just be sure that the team that you are hiring has done a number of projects in your area. It's always a good idea to ask for addresses, homeowners to talk to. Some of these new franchises that are exploding across the nation really just don't have the experience locally, because they're just letting really a guy with a nice wrap on their vehicle start their own franchise. So they may have good support. I'm not going to talk bad about anyone, because frankly I do believe processes done well do create a very good result for the customer. And I did myself start in technology working for Google back before 2015. But after a decade doing this and earning my Class C residential contractor's license, going through the proper testing, after many years of experience with a mentor, I do really love being an advocate for consumers and letting even other new and emerging companies know my thoughts. I think it's a great thing to go out and do it right. Also to make sure that you have a proper mentor, a master technician intimately involved in your program, because if not, you're really doing a disservice to customers. So getting back to this house tour, we've got an evening blue James Hardie Color Plus lap siding and a nice pine soffit here, and Arctic white trim, which is the most common trim for sure, and unfortunately the only trim that they've carried for the last few years in the North Idaho and Eastern Washington market. But I think that's going to change soon, is what I hear. So hopefully we'll have additional trim colors, including cobblestone and possibly iron gray in the near future. So as you can see, the curb appeal of this home has just been transformed. That vinyl siding, in my opinion, it's just nowhere near as attractive as the James Hardie Color Plus. This stuff just, I mean, it just looks so much more bold and consistent. So really combined with the curb appeal, the low maintenance, the fire resistancy, and other resiliency to things like severe weather, pests, woodpeckers, simple things like a barbecue fire. James Hardie Color Plus siding, in my opinion, is just the best product out there, best in class, so to speak. There's a few other comparative products, but because of the scale and volume that it's made at, and because it's available in 16 colors, stocked locally at just so many suppliers around the nation, also formulated for your specific climate, it's a really great and trustworthy brand name. And over the last, it's a 100-year-old company. It has just earned its warranty and reputation brand name because they just haven't had consistent issues like a lot of other companies out there have. And I just see it day in, day out that fiber cement performs better than other products like wood fiber. So real quickly before we're done looking at this house, I will just mention that this is a Booth Bay blue lap siding on the bottom with a James Hardie Color Plus evening blue accent in the gables. That is the HZ5 shingle, straight edge shingle that we have up there. And the straight edge shingle I think is a really nice modern choice. The staggered shingle is the other option, but it just has just a little different look to it. So I like this one a little bit better for modern. I'd say the other one works as more of a character accent, and it does look pretty good. But anyway, here's one more home that we did in the area, and this is a red color that is no longer in the primary palette, but it's always still available. There's actually like 600 plus colors available in the Dream Collection for not substantially more. It's like, I want to say like 20 or 25% more on your material cost that you are going to pay for a special color. But this red color is beautiful, and it used to be in the primary palette. Specifically, it's Country Lane Red. So it looks really, really nice in a number of settings. And this rental house, the owner really just needed to replace the siding because there were actual water damage issues and just other things to consider. So it was just time to make the investment. And for even an owner of a rental property, it makes so much sense to lock in your maintenance costs for 15 years, to not have to have two crews to come and do the job. Sometimes you'll have a siding company that does paint for sure, so that's awesome that the job gets done quick. But oftentimes just having to deal with paint on a rental house, immediately sometimes having to hire a second crew and then having to hire them every 5 years to come back and maintain things, or God forbid you forget. So many people do and don't maintain it, and then you need, damage happens or it needs to be replaced in shorter time. It's just nice to have a product like this James Hardie Color Plus in a rental setting, because you just don't have to worry as much. And things like we've talked about, barbecue fires, gosh, I mean, we literally have had many calls to do their entire home with new James Hardie siding because there was a barbecue fire. And other people like doing a bonfire. That's happened out in Idaho a number of times, where somebody does a bonfire, a burn fire behind their shop or shed, and they got a little too close to the house or whatever, and melted the actual siding on the house. We've had customers with the fire department show up, and they've, hopefully you're not listening, sir. Mad respect, but he's a police officer himself, so things happen, guys. But vinyl siding, it sucks. So, if you have fiber cement siding, that wouldn't happen. So just call me now and we won't have the fire department. Still, fire department showing up, but there won't be damage. So anyway, take what you can get, guys. But anyway, so last property we're going to look at here. Well, actually, we got one more after this, but one more here that is just in Color Plus. The last one is a different product, so a little cliffhanger before we finish this. But guys, this is really nice, again, for fire safety. This house is in Kingston, up in the mountains, and I mean, truly, we've had a lot of fire danger here in Idaho, in a lot of areas, and just to have the security and just to know that you've got a little bit more of a chance that your house might not burn down truly. Because before, this house just being a wood siding originally didn't have a great chance. There's additional things that I would highly have recommended that the homeowner have considered doing, like the soffits, possibly in the long run replacing that wood deck with a composite deck, maybe even ideally metal steel framing. There are places where wildfires start a home fire, so you want to create as much you really want to eliminate the opportunity for any flames to be entrapped. So that deck and the soffit still, I don't love it, but the fire is not going to start on the siding. So check on that part, and we did our job, and it is certainly is one really big step in the right direction. And I really recommend to homeowners, if you're going to spend the money to remodel your house, that you consider what is the best material, because in the end, a lot of things look good, but the substrate, what's underneath it, what is the thing made of, it matters. It really does. I don't believe the wood composite pre-finished sidings are nearly as good, even though some of them have a longer paint life. The Diamond Coat has a much longer paint life than the James Hardie Color Plus. But, honestly, it's a wood composite siding with moisture exposure consistently over time. I think you're still going to have a lot more and faster aggressive sponging. So there's me falling down on the job here, guys. Yeah, things happen. So anyway, I love James Hardie's substrate because it's been proven, and I've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes at this point in the field in way different weathers, exposure, different climates, from Colorado, from the mountains, from Denver, all the way around Idaho, from the, Ada County, Canyon County, up in the valley. I've had a lot of experience doing this, and I've seen a lot of different things. James Hardie, and especially the Color Plus, the sealed Color Plus, and like this product, are absolutely the best performing ones out there. Guys, this is the Rustic series. As we wrap up here, it's actually James Hardie. So it looks like James Hardie because it is James Hardie. Rustic series is a product made by Woodtones. It's a company out of Canada, and in Canada, it's everyone in their architectural design. Really, this wood tone and look is super important. So basically, Woodtones out of Canada specializes in making a variety of these colors, and they just look beautiful. So this is our most popular color, Old Cherry, and we really love using this product, whether in the entire home or just an accent area. Truly love it, and it really elevates each property that we use it on. If you're still watching this video, if you don't mind commenting and sharing either something you learned or why you're watching this video, I'd love to know. Also, what kind of content you're interested in hearing more about. That is very helpful. So, or if you want to like and subscribe, that's awesome too. So have a wonderful day, and see y'all soon.